John Wick Chapter 2. It's the new film from Chad Stileski. Is it worth your time? Well, let's find out. Did it not fire? There it goes. Hello everybody, welcome to the Campfire Show, the show where I do the very difficult task of telling you where their movies worth your time and not episodes spot in your movie collection. As always, I am Ash, and today we're going to be talking about John Wick Chapter 2. So let's be back. So John Wick Chapter 2 is of course the sequel to 2014's John Wick, where Keanu Reeves was back, and in this movie, he is super back when an old friend visits him and goes, hey, you kind of have a blood oath to me, I need you to do a thing, and John Wick's like, I don't want to do the thing, and he's like, do the thing, and he's like, oh, fucking fine, I'm gonna do the thing. Then he goes and does the thing, and then the other guy who told him to do the thing, he's like, he did the thing, but I can't let people know I told him to do the thing. Hey, hitmen everywhere, go kill Keanu Reeves. And he's like, oh God, and he's got to deal with that. And he's just like, pew, pew, pew. And he's like, I just want to get home to my new dog, man. Is that so much to ask? And I was insanely excited for John Wick Chapter 2, if anything, because John Wick of 2014 is a modern-day action movie masterpiece. John Wick is the movie all modern action movies should aspire to be like. It had a phenomenal story, fantastic characters, actual emotion, and on top of that, action that was amazing, orgasmic, action that you could see. And you know, now it also has a pretty damn good sequel, so like that's another thing to add to its little resume. I'll say this, John Wick Chapter 2 is a very entertaining movie. It's really good. A lot of the good stuff you loved about John Wick 1 returns here. That being said, it is unfortunately quite a downgrade from the original, but you know, it's still enjoyable. It's still Keanu Reeves shooting things. Why be negative? Or, you know, let's start off being negative because, you know, if you start off, then you can finish with the positive and everyone has a good time. But I definitely think, in terms of story and character, this is definitely a downgrade from the original John Wick. Like, on the one hand, the character motivations here are not nearly as strong as they should be. I mean, in that first movie, you were just like, damn, kill everyone, Keanu Reeves. Do all the things, and in this one, they're just kind of there. You understand, you're like, fine, but this isn't necessarily strong, and neither is the story. I mean, that's the thing about the original John Wick. Yeah, it was a crazy action movie and all that stuff, but I went into it expecting a guilty pleasure kind of action movie, and came out going, yeah, that was like a genuine story with genuine emotion. The same cannot be said for this one. The story structure for me felt a lot weaker than it should have. I mean, it was just kind of muddled in there. You know, it gets to a point where there's literally a montage of him getting attacked by hitmen, and I'm like, okay, this should be a lot more interesting than it is. You know, it just doesn't feel smooth enough. That first movie went by so smoothly, whereas this one is just kind of like, oh yeah, go do the thing, now go do the thing, and then, you know, we'll have like the weird montage and all that stuff. And also on top of all of that, it only happens near the beginning, but there's a bit of an over-reliance on nostalgia for the original, where in the first half of this movie, they're just like, let's make references to the first movie, and you're just like, those aren't working the way you want them to, bucko. All that being said, while I do think the story was a lot weaker than the original, a lot of good things from the original do come over, and when I say good things, I mean the action is back in spades. I mean, that's the thing you're going to go into this movie wanting. You're going to want to see Keanu Reeves going crazy, drop-kicking people, using his gun fu that he's so good at. And you get all of that. There are some amazing action set pieces in here that absolutely blow my mind and make me once again go, this is what all action should aspire to be. It shouldn't just be jump cuts and crazy, you know, foo, go crazy with the camera. Action, good action, should be orgasmic. Every headshot should make you vocally react to it. And with this movie, that happened throughout my entire theater. Every time Keanu Reeves laid someone down, smashed someone's head into a car, just headshotted anyone, there was a loud ooh from the crowd. And I was like, hey, they did it again, everyone, they did it again. And on top of that, the new character additions to this movie are very much welcome. I mean, you got Keanu Reeves coming back, he's still awesome, he's still great, but now he's going up against actual hitman. You got Ruby Rose running around, she talks in sign language, and she kills you with, you know, gun language. She's cool, I liked that. And then you got Common running around. Common's awesome in this movie. He's just like, oh, John, pew, 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 pew. I mean, the two of them, they're like buddies who try and shoot each other, and they have what I would consider to be the cutest gunfight I've ever seen in a movie ever. Like, they have a million brutal, just like, beatdowns throughout this movie, but there's just one in particular that's absolutely hilarious, and it's adorable, and I loved it. And while I do think the story structure itself was weaker than it should have been in this movie, the same cannot be said for the lore, because that's one of the things I loved about the original John Wick was it was a great story set inside a truly interesting universe, and this builds on that. This builds on, you know, that hotel he went to, the Continental, and we were all like, ooh, I wish I knew more about that. Guess what? I now know more about that, and it's even crazier than we ever thought it was. You get a bunch of new insight into it, there's a bunch of new lore added to the mix, and you like it. And by the end of this movie, it ends on a cliffhanger that just goes, hey, hope you all come to see it because we want to do a third, and I gotta say, I will buy my tickets to the third the second you announce it, because this movie ends and you're like, oh wow, I want to see where Keanu's running to. This seems interesting. So, in the end, while I still think it's a noticeable step down from the greatness that was the original John Wick, I still think John Wick Chapter 2 is an undeniably fun time. I love seeing Keanu back in this role. The lore it builds is brilliant. And man, that action is so good. It's so good. You live through so many bad action movies every year where it's just like, jump cut, jump cut, jump cut, oh, go crazy, let's get super close up. Now, when you see something like this, when you see a director that actually cares enough to give you satisfying action, that alone is worth the price of admission. And day one steelbook buy, because, you know, if this is going to be a franchise, I'm going to own all of it. I hope there's 27 John Wick movies. I don't even care if by the end of it, it's just that stupid guilty pleasure I thought the first was going to be. As long as I get to see Keanu Reeves doing some crazy gung fu, I'll be happy. John Wick Chapter 2 gets a B out of 10. Hey everybody, thank you so very much for watching my video review for John Wick Chapter 2. I want to hear what you think. Have you seen the movie? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Are you going to see it? Are you going to skip it? What are your thoughts? Leave in the comment section below, because I want to hear them. As always, guys, if you like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Of course, be sure to follow me on all my social medias and join Enter the Cinephile on Facebook. But most importantly, stay classy. I mean, from all of us, just stay classy. I'm gone.